So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to cope with or how to heal dismissive avoidant attachment style, right? So first of all, I'm going to start off with the characteristics so you could know if you have this attachment style. So how you can know if you have this dismissive avoidant attachment style. So one of the first characteristics is that you're someone who avoids emotional connection and closeness with other people. You usually do not pursue romantic relationships. You have a hard time talking about feelings or emotions. You're the opposite of anxious attachment style. That's a video I just did recently. If you are dismissive avoidant, you are self-sufficient, very self-sufficient, extremely independent. You don't ask for help, and you tend to withdraw when your partner is getting too close. You might step back completely from a relationship or even a friendship when things may be coming too intimate, or you feel like your partner is becoming too emotionally connected or attached to you. You will step back and you will withdraw. Other characteristics that you have this dismissive avoidant attachment style is that people call you or you seem cold, distant, closed off, detached, aloof, standoffish. You could appear wishy-washy, inconsistent, flaky, and fickle sometimes, right? You seem to be like that. You're often prone to short relationships, like shallow relationships. You seem to feel more safe when a relationship is more casual, that would usually end quickly. So this helps you to avoid closeness, you try to avoid the opportunity of others getting close to you. That's why you prefer shallow relationships. You also set a lot of boundaries to keep people from a distance from you. You are extremely secretive, rigid, and extremely private. With this dismissive avoidance style, you do not allow your plans to be influenced by others, and you often don't disclose your plans to others. You appear sneaky. You look like you have two lives. Sometimes you have two lives, and you are more prone to cheating and being unfaithful, and more prone to having multiple sex partners. Some of you prefer non-committed relationship. You prefer hookups. You prefer friends with benefits. You may commonly distance yourself from a loving relationship. Rather than being committed in love and being cared about and supported, you will be more comfortable living independent. You're extremely self-sufficient, and even if it is stressful and unenjoyable, you prefer to be extremely independent than to be in a loving relationship. You find it difficult to build trust, to build emotional intimacy and closeness in a loving relationship when you become an adult. So those are the signs that you have this dismissive avoidant attachment style. And where did it come from? How did this attachment style develop? Well, your parents, when you were young, they were unavailable or rejecting you during infancy. Your needs were never regularly or predictably met by your caregivers. So this may have caused you to distance yourself emotionally, and that is how you found ways to self-soothe. That is how you became ultra independent. This made you eventually avoid intimacy and focus more on being independent in later life. So it's as if you were forced to mature at a very young age. You did not get the attention and care that you needed from your parents, and you learn that when you express your needs, it does not guarantee that you will be taken care of, or that made you become self-reliant in order to get what you need in life. So that is how you became like that. Your parents were consistently emotionally unavailable and emotionally unresponsive to you. Your parents may have discouraged you from expressing your needs. When you cry, when you talk, when you try to reach out for things or anything like that, they may have punished you. and they taught you that relationships or people cannot be trustworthy, and that it could often lead to pain or rejection or punishment when you try to express your needs. And that is how you became dismissive avoidant. But with this attachment style, when you grow up and you become an adult and you get in romantic relationships, it will cause difficulty. You would actually sabotage your romantic relationship with this attachment style. So how it sabotage relationship? Well, your loved ones, they may feel regularly neglected or rejected by you. You cause a lot of pain and heartbreak when you distance yourself, especially without warning. Your romantic partner could feel really disconnected within the relationship with you, and this can make them feel lonely in the relationship. You have a tendency not to prioritize romantic relationship. You keep things surface level, and that could also cause problems in relationship when it's not moving forward, when you're not developing and going into a serious commitment, when it's stagnant. Sometimes in romantic relationship, you deliberately aggravate your partner so they won't get too close by flirting with other persons. You ignore texts, you ignore calls, you make decisions without your partner, and that pushes them away. You deliberately do this to push them away, and obviously this will cause conflict and misunderstanding. You are overly, extremely concerned that your partner is being controlling, or they are controlling you, or they're limiting your freedom, or they want to take away your independence when that might not be the case. You have a little distortion, or the way that you think about being controlled or losing your freedom, it's too extreme and it's not really realistic, right? You may tend to end relationships or move out a relationship even without there having to be any problems in relationship. You back out or you end relationship with no reason to protect yourself from building intimacy with the other person. This could cause the other person to feel really confused, rejected, and heartbroken, right? So how to cope with this dismissive avoidant attachment style, how to heal, how to become more secure? Well, one of the first thing is to realize that this attachment style is not a strength. I believe that people with this dismissive avoidant attachment style, they think that it's a strength to distance themselves and be avoidant and handle our problems by themselves. But if you're in a romantic relationship, this is actually not a strength. You are actually causing your partner a lot of pain when you distance yourself, especially when you do it without warning, right? It's good to have independence. It's good to have selfhood and be able to self-soothe in times of stress, when you have personal problems or in a relationship. But it's actually not normal to seek absolutely no dependence on anyone, and you don't want anybody to depend on you. Absolutely no dependence on you at all. That is not normal. In a healthy relationship, both partners should trust each other to let each other know when something is wrong with them or in the relationship, and is able to give support to each other, right? Maybe sometimes, yes, you need room, you need space, and when you need room and you need space to maybe explore your interests, to do your hobbies, to work on your goals, to work on personal issues, yes, you would need time and space to work on your own needs. But obviously you will talk to your partner and explain to them why you need space. You should ask for space when you need it. Don't just disappear off the face of the earth. The person who is with you, if they love you, they care about you, they will give you space, and they will be willing to understand why you need room in the relationship, right? You also need to explain your behavior, your actions, and your intentions, because people could get really confused and feel really rejected and neglected about your actions, right? Sometimes you're hot and cold, You change your mind, you change your emotion, you distance yourself without saying anything. So this could cause a lot of confusion. You need to make your relationship feel like a safe place where both of you can come to each other in moments of stress, difficulty, and challenges, whether it's personal or whether it's in the relationship. So second thing you need to do with this dismissive avoidant attachment style to cope and to heal and to be more secure is to, well, the way that you think people are clingy or your partner may be clingy or needy may not be accurate. You might tend to have a skewed or distorted way of thinking when you think that somebody is being too clingy or needy. You should try to seek outside opinions sometimes and check to see if your partner is really clingy or needy. They might be acting normal if they call you once, or if they text you twice a day, or if they call you 1 or 2 times a day, or if they ask to spend time with you maybe once or twice a week. That is not clingy, that is not being needy, right? So you tend to think that people are too needy and clingy, and it might not be the case. Next thing you need to do is to stop having a double life and being extremely secretive. And if you're cheating, you need to stop cheating as well. Some people with this avoidant, dismissive avoidant attachment style tend to have a double life, or they have more than one partner, or they're extremely secretive, and this could cause your partner to not trust you and create problems in a relationship. Next thing you should do is choose to communicate first before you make big decisions, right? Try not to make important decisions on your own. You need to talk to your partner before you make a decision and before you want to distance yourself. If you want room or space for a certain reason, you need to communicate that before and give a warning to your partner instead of disappearing, right? Next thing you need to do is know that it's okay to ask for help sometimes. It's okay to ask for support when it's needed. Allow yourself to trust others, especially if you meet somebody kind-hearted, trustworthy. Allow yourself to trust them. Allow yourself to depend on them when you are in time of stress or a really frustrating situation, right? Next thing you need to do is to practice expressing your feelings, practice expressing your needs and your desires. Sometimes being in a commitment with you, or relationship with you, people are confused. They don't know how you feel, they don't know your emotions, they don't know where you stand in the relationship. You need to communicate your needs and your feelings so people will not be as confused. Next thing is, maybe you might need to get therapy if you need extra support with this attachment style, right? So you will judge and know whether or not you think you need therapy to help heal or to help cope with this attachment style, right? So that's the dismissive avoidant attachment style. Those were the characteristics. That is how it came about, and those are some tips on ways you can heal and cope and be better, right? So I hope this video helps, and see you in the next video. If you like this content, hit the like button. If you want, you can always subscribe, and see you in the next video.